As a ranking member, Mr. Correa, for 5 minutes for questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I essentially concur with your statements and just wanted to, first of all, Ms. Tambuga, I just want to let you know my daughter's name is Amelia as well. And so I can't imagine your tragic situation. My heart and prayers go out to you and your family. Mr. Bier, we're here to address specific issue of the challenges these individuals have at the border. High-speed chase, you got somebody, 11 people in that van, did you say? How do you stop the cartels? How do you take away the profit? How do you stop them from making money off the system?
Well, we know that this is a $13 billion industry. And
$13 billion.
$13 billion, that's a lowball estimate. You know, we don't see all the money that's transferred, we can't measure it, but we can have surveys of this is how much people are saying they're paying, and it's $5,000 to $10,000 to people who are going to smuggle them into the United States. We could defund that billion-dollar industry with legal immigration reform, and we know we can do it because we have now examples of it happening. Cubans largely entered the country legally for decades at the US-Mexico border. For decades, they entered the country legally. There was no illegal immigration problem among Cubans. And then the Trump administration said, no more, we're not gonna let them apply legally anymore, shut down the border. And what happened? We had a huge illegal immigration problem by Cubans. Showing up in Texas, every single member who studied this issue can remember the problem in 2022. In 2023, the Biden administration came out with its parole programs and CBP-1, and the problem has been almost eliminated, reduced by more than 90%.
Right now, it's almost eliminated, but it's still there. I mean, the parole program, probably in my opinion, is not the answer, but it is a good answer. What do these cartels charge right now for somebody coming across the border, somebody coming from Central America, somebody coming from China?
Well, it's staged based on where you're from. So you're talking somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000 if you're from Central America. If you're from China, they're gonna charge you even more. So you're talking tens of thousands of dollars if you're being smuggled all the way from China. So it is a massive
The human
industry.
cost, it's my understanding that if you're coming from Central America, 80% of the women, by the time they get to the border, will have been sexually assaulted or raped. So a lot of those ladies, before they actually undertake that trip, actually prepare their bodies for that eventuality. So taking the profit motive, I mean, do you have examples of people that you've run across? Have you met people in this situation?
Absolutely. I was in El Salvador in December, and I met with people who had planned to go to the border. They ended up getting a visa under the H-2B visa program. They abandoned that, and they said, I will never, now that I have the opportunity to go legally, I will never pay anyone to smuggle me or my family to the U.S.-Mexico border. So the
Can you explain to me what an
there with legal
H-2B
immigration.
visa is?
An H-2B visa is someone who's coming for non-seasonal agricultural employment in the United States. It has to be a temporary job. These particular positions were for Alaskan seafood. And he went to the United States, he made some money.
What nations have that availability to apply for these visas?
Well, there's a limited list of about 80 countries, but almost all of them go to Mexico. The Biden administration made a special effort set aside for the Northern Triangle, which allowed this gentleman to have the opportunity to get an H-2B visa and come to the United States legally.
Thank you very much. I would like to, I'm running out of time here, but I would like to hear later on, I'll present to you some questions about what other ways we can dismantle the cartels and the profits. Wanted to go into the fentanyl issue, but we'll do that another time. Mr. Chairman, I ran out of time. I yield.
The gentleman yields. I now recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Pfluger. for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and again, thank the witnesses for being here. And as a reminder, there's another committee in Congress, Judiciary,